So I came back to this spillway where I got a bunch of catfish a little while ago, probably like 2-3 videos ago, and yeah, I want to get some to eat. Gotcha. He was pecking at it. There's a perfect eater right there. One nice clean kitty. I'm just gonna go over real quick how I'm gonna clean this thing. It's not that big, and I planned on catching a couple of them to make like a fish fry, like a couple of different things. But this one's big enough. I mean, it's about 14 inches. It's big enough for me to have some like catfish nuggets. So I'm just gonna do some catfish, like Cajun catfish nuggets, and I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. Okay, so with catfish, a lot of people do this thing where they just like they go from like that dorsal and they just cut down to like the back of their ribs. You can actually see the ribs right here. See how it's smooth and then it becomes jagged? The ribs on catfish are like this. So you can clean a catfish like you would a normal fish. You can go down, cut down around the ribs there, and then you get that chunk of meat and then everything from there back. I know a lot of guys are real lazy and they just go from here back because it's easier for them to do. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut at this angle right here, so you end up with like a straight line from here to the bottom of the ribs, from the top of the ribs to the bottom of the ribs, and then by doing that, it's easier to clean down along the rib cage there. So you just do the same thing. You clean down, cut along, pop it through, and then cut the rest off. What I'm gonna do as soon as I'm done cleaning it and taking the skin off, that is salt water with ice in it. A lot of people wonder why I have that set up. It basically gets all the fishy taste out of catfish, or any fish for that matter. I do this with everything I keep and clean. So there's about a tablespoon or a teaspoon of salt mixed in with the ice and some cold water, and then I mix it up real good. That firms up the meat really good. This, you can keep the fish in here for like 2-3 days in the fridge and it won't go bad or anything like that. So that's another reason I do it, is like if I don't feel like eating the fish right away. Like I said, I would show you guys like the whole process, but I don't know how YouTube is anymore. I don't know if they're gonna get mad because like gore and all that blood and stuff like that. In theory, since I bled them out, there shouldn't be any blood in this fish. So hopefully it's clean. I'll show you guys like in between process here, and then I'll show you what I do to get it ready to cook. And then I'm gonna show you guys how I cook it tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna just show you this part. Hopefully YouTube's not stupid and demonetizes this video. Guys, comment below if you guys want to see me show you guys more of this stuff. I kind of butchered it a little bit. It's been a while since I cleaned a catfish, but I mean, this is really simple and I should be able to explain it to you. Okay, so I'll put them back together. So simply put, I cut down right here and then I do the same thing, cut along the ribs. You go to the back of the ribs, push it through, run along the backbone. It's that simple. It's a little hard because he's frozen and these stupid things stay stuck out. So like that's what you get for like retraction. So when you're doing it on the side. And I always do both sides of a fish first before I actually cut them off. So I'll cut this one off next, come up, basically you just follow the ribs along, come up to here and then pull it off. And then I'll show you guys the aftermath of that. But there's no blood. So this should be pretty simple for you guys. But like I said, I can show you like the meat's real clear because I bled him out. And then I can show you how big he is. That's about 14-15 inches long. Okay, so like I was saying, what a lot of people do here, so this is what you end up with if you do it my way. So this is from the back of the head. You get this little strip up here. And this is just jagged because I just trim along the rib cage coming down. A lot of people waste from here forward. So this is where the ribs start, and they just cut like this and then take that off. So I don't know about you guys, but That's 1.5 nuggets, another 1.5 nuggets. So 3, like that. And those 2 for me would be like, I would put that on a sandwich or something like that. So that's a waste of a lot of food if you just cut from their back. I understand if you're cleaning like 10, 15 channel catfish or something like that at a time. And then on top of that, I wanted to show everybody, I'll try to get out of the light. See how white this meat is? That's why you bleed your fish. All you catfishermen out there, comment below if you bleed your fish or not, and if you don't, tell me this is not cleaner than the other way. So now I'm going to take and float my knife off the skin here and clean this off real nicely, and then I'm going to turn them right into nuggets and put them in there. I'm going to go over the basis of what I'm coating my fish in. I'd like to call them catfish, or Cajun catfish nuggets is what I'm going to call them. Something simple like, you know, this is the back 40 from Fleet Farm. I like using panko, or what's the other stuff? I have it up here. Oh, Shore Lunch. So, Shore Lunch, Cajun style. I like Cajun. The Cajun flavoring anyways. But, so, what is in my mix here? So I added panko breadcrumbs and cornmeal. This already has some of that stuff in it. It's kind of a crunchy one, but the whole point here is, like I was showing you guys before, they're just little nuggets. The best temp that I've come across to cooking, like, is between 350 and like I think it's 370. Yeah, like 375 is like the highest you'd want to go. Any higher than that, you get a flash point and you can burn the house down. So, but yeah, it makes it so that like something as thin as the catfish that I have is basically going to make it so you only have to cook it for like, I don't know, it's probably going to be in there at a maximum for like 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It's pretty quick. And then a tip for all you guys when you're making fish, if you're making them like this and you want to keep everything warm, is I put a cookie sheet on top of the other burners, and I put that on low, so I can take the fish out, put it on there, and then it stays warm while you're getting the rest of your fish made. Another tip: take and bread all your fish. So mine is going to be fish into milk into breading. Get it coated good, and then I'm going to set it aside in here until everything is breaded. And then once it's warm enough, then you can kind of take and use your hand and put it all in there at the same time. But keep in mind, the more fish you put into oil, the more it cools down. So as it's cooking, it actually cools the oil down. So you might have to turn the temp up. But another thing is you don't want to heat up your oil too fast. So I'm gonna do all this, get it cooked up, and then I'll show you guys afterwards what it looks like. And there you have it. So you got 4 pieces. You got potato salad and coleslaw. Alright, so I'm going to enjoy these fish. I know they're going to be good. They're super crunchy, crispy, and that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys is, you know, how I make mine. So if you guys are looking for some catfish nuggets and you want them to be crunchy and stuff like that, do it this way. You guys won't be disappointed. You can use any breading you want. Doesn't really matter. But Cajun is the way I do it, and it tastes really good.